It wasn't the perfect government, though. Certainly, Mr. Mohammed's government between 2012 and 2016 was not perfect. We had issues. We had real issues that we needed to deal with. So let's be sober. The campaign is over. That's why I didn't want us to go there. Oh. You've won a decisive election. Congratulations. Like I said, we wish you well. Ghana belongs to all of us. So focus on governing. Give credit where credit is due. Put out the data that is consistent with the performance of the previous government. Yes, 54%. We got there. Fact. Nobody can deny it. But were we still at 54% by the time we were exiting? We didn't mix the, inflation benchmark that we had agreed with the IMF. Why? Is it unusual? How many of the benchmarks that you agreed with the IMF did you meet? In the 18 months after implementation between 2015 and 2016, when you were leaving office? How many of the quantitative and qualitative benchmarks did you meet? But the Akufo-Addo government has met all those conditions, and the economy is actually growing. You see the size of the economy that we inherited, 200 and something billion. Today, it's 1.2 trillion US dollars, Ghana cedis. We've made progress. Yes, there were shortfalls, there were issues, there were difficulties. Government had to deal with them, and they did, and suffered the consequence. No issues. You have come. Deal with the issues. You promised Ghanaians heaven. Certainly, deliver. But because you know that it's not an easy ride. Why? You a Social Democratic Party, consistently over the years, it was a matter of fact that you are not introducing even one social policy. So if today you've got an opportunity and you are introducing some 2 or 3, you say we should clap for you.
But that's not also true.
No, it's right. It's, which one?
No, he said he has.
Chairman. No, capitation, who introduced it?
No.
Let's do an itemized list.
No, but Egyapa is not factually accurate.
So tell me the fact. I don't have a problem. I'm happy to withdraw if you give me alternative facts. But the truth of the matter is that the Akufo-Addo and the MPP government, a center-right party, capitalist party, is credited with more, in fact, all social intervention policies up to 2024. You've come in. You want to do free tertiary education for disabled. All well and good. Why not? You want to enhance the NHIS to cover some ailments, which I'm told was already in the pipeline. All well and good. By all means, implement it. But don't paint your opponent black.
No, well, first of all, even before you get into specifics, this issue about the NDC cannot pride itself with even one social intervention policy. Can you address that first before you get into specifics in terms of some of the issues that he's raised?
Okay. So I think it's a dead story.
Yes.
This topic has occupied our political landscape for a very long time. The concept of social intervention. But to start with, you know, maybe you need to take guidance from Honorable Egyapa Mercer. What is social intervention, so that we can situate it properly.
Right.
Because maybe what he knows to be a social intervention may be different from what we call a social intervention. Because first of all, a social intervention simply means any deliberate government policy intended to solve a social problem. So if a social problem in a particular sector is water, no, you see, that's what I'm saying, that MPP have never understood what a social intervention is. First of all, rural electrification project.
It's a social intervention program.
A major social intervention.
We hear you.
All right.
No,
so I beg you, let's do this before you continue.
Okay. So I'm saying that
okay,
the concept of social intervention, we have never maybe agreed on a particular definition.
But there's only one definition of social intervention.
Exactly. So if I mention rural intervention, a rural electrification project, and he laughs at it, what is more fundamental for achieving access to electricity by sending it directly to the rural folks. What is more social problem than that? In fact, the concept of health insurance was first introduced by the NDC government in 1997. Look, I have an example here too. I don't know how I'll get it to you. Look, this is a national health insurance in 1997 in Damango.
This is 13th October 1995.
1995.
Yes, I've seen it. It says that health insurance scheme, Damango. Yes, I've seen it. Look, what point are you trying to make with
my
this?
point is that NDC government.
How is page 129?
129.
Yes.
In the 2025 budget.
Yes, in the 2025 budget.
So
I
please
cannot
check
do
page
this to
129.
No, I'm just.
Yes,
There's the same assistance I wanted to give.
No.
Okay.
I'm not
NDC.
assisting you. I'm
So
assisting
my
the
point is
host.
that government is a continuum. We introduced health insurance scheme, well piloted in Nkwaranza and Damango. You people came, expanded the scope into a mutual health insurance without a legislation.
Right.
The NDC came, brought all the laws in health insurance now was introduced by President Mahama and President Mills. That is how come you saw the National Health Insurance Authority with its regional and district offices that created job was done by the NDC government. Number two, who introduced this whole concept of free sandals and free school uniforms for school? Was it not done by President Mahama? So as for the argument, we started with the free SHS policy before we exited office. So as for this old debate on social intervention, look, it's an old story. You see, when I started my conversation, I said that they haven't learned anything. And he has just repeated all the things that they said that delivered the 41% results they had. Look, he who knows it, or he who feels it, knows it better. The Ghanaian people, we know your verdict. We know what you subjected this country to.